In our calendar of things today, what a great photo. It is, no kidding, Quitter's Day. Probably just a coincidence, but it is also the day we are saying goodbye to a fixture here at News Center Maine.
Yeah, for nearly 5 decades now, Bill Taylor has been a director right here at News Center Maine. In fact, he's directing right now for the very last time. Bill
started working for the station in the 70s when the station wasn't even in this location. The news was shot on film.
Big changes over the years. Directing television news has been Bill's entire career. We got the chance to talk with him one-on-one about how he started in the industry.
Where did the bug come from?
I was always the kid in elementary school, junior high school, that goes to the movie and starts analyzing the lighting, the camera framing, and whatever. You watch a movie with friends or whatever, and stop it, you're ruining the movie. So I think it's because my father's background. He was a physicist engineer, PhD in physics. And I was brought up with that analytical, everything has a reason within the physics of, society or whatever. And that analysis, I think, carried through to me. And when I was 16, our high school had a closed circuit television, full studio basically, where we did mock newscasts and that kind of thing. And I was hired to run camera for the State Education Department of New York, running camera for adult education programs. And we did a whole series of programs and running camera. I got the bug at that point.
Was there ever a point in those years, a career of 54 years, that you thought, well, maybe I kind of want to try something else, or maybe this wasn't the right path for me?
Every time I got the inkling of leaving, something else would come up that satisfied my desire. And I also met my wife here at the station, so that, I'll blame her. She's a Mainer. She made me stay here.
Fair enough.
You and I have chatted a few times over the last few weeks as we've been approaching this significant date for you. And you've commented on cleaning out your locker here, cleaning out your desk here. A lot accumulates in essentially half a century. What has that process been like for you to look through everything you've had here?
A lot of memories of the clients and the people I was shooting with. I've gone through, 7 or 8 different videographers that I've worked with closely, and it kind of brought back memories of those people more than the actual project itself. Although each had its place in public service or whatever, it was feel good about what we did, but it's more what we did and laughed and, road trips throughout the state of Maine, along the way.
Because you have so much history here and we have a younger group in the room, what's your word of advice to having a fulfilling career?
Embrace the unknown, because everything in life is unknown. But also, my final comment, be yourself. Don't try to define yourself as somebody else you want to be or trying to be or trying to satisfy a supervisor or whatever. They don't matter. You'll go home miserable. Just be yourself, have a sense of humor, but embrace the unknown.
Almost 50 years in this building. When you walk out those doors and you don't come back on Monday morning, what will that feel like?
Others have done it too, but I think I'm going to take that obligatory turnaround, look at the vertical stacking of the logos lit at night. I'm going to get my cell phone out, snap it, and say, that's a wrap.
Can I just say, even through that segment, Bill's talking us through of you've got 1 minute left.
Right.
We're coming out on the O-Box. So communicating with us, we love having him in the booth.
These are live pictures, by the way, of Bill right now directing this newscast, which is what we see all the time. We had a wonderful chat this afternoon with a number of colleagues, and the same thing kept coming up, that Bill set the bar for what it is to be in this industry and do specifically that job, and we're so grateful to you, Bill.
Love you, Bill. I know you get another half hour, but we'll miss you. That's it for me this half hour. Thanks so much for watching. I'll be back with Brian at 5.
Don't go anywhere, though. Chris Costa joins me right here with your rundown after the break.